Welcome back. Once again, I am Claire McNorton, and I will be serving as your moderator. For this debate on social issues, Susan Ruzanowski will be representing President Barack Obama, and James Hurley will be representing Governor Mitt Romney. In review, each candidate will have a minute answer and a 30-second follow-up. I will now begin with the first question. As president, would you advocate change in the current standards for same-sex marriage? President Obama, you may begin.
As I stated earlier this year, I want everyone treated fairly in this country. We have never gone wrong when we have extended rights and responsibilities to all citizens. We want to strengthen families here in America, not weaken them. Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed, and in America, the freest country in the world, we want Americans to be able to fight for their country while not hiding who they really are. We are a secular nation, something that Mitt Romney would like to change. We keep our politics and religion separate, but we also promote equality for all. Even though Don't Ask, Don't Tell is gone now, we need to promote equality for all by allowing all of our citizens, regardless of their sexuality, to be able to commit themselves in a relationship. As the first president to publicly support marriage equality, we need to progress with this equality rather than progress towards discrimination, bullying, irrational hatred, and increase the support for equal rights, not move backwards. I want this country to move towards equality, not discrimination.
Thank you, President. Governor, you will now have a minute as well.
Back on April 13th of last year, I was asked a question on the Spanish network show Infocom about what would happen if my grandchildren had turned out to be homosexual. My answer was that I would want them to be happy. I want them to have a great life with whatever partner they chose, and I would not restrict any choices they made. My personal feeling is that religion, as it has been for thousands of years, is a holy matrimony between a man and a woman, just as it's been in many other countries and has been upheld in those countries, just as I feel it should be held here. While, again, I do not think we should ban groupings of homosexuals as couples, I merely feel that the institution of marriage should remain between a man and a woman. I don't think we need to start degrading such important values of our country just by stating that they need to have more freedoms or more independence. Some things people feel should be sacred and kept that way.
Thank you, Governor Romney. Once again, each candidate will have 30 seconds to respond. President Obama, you may begin whenever you are ready.
Romney, if you feel that gays can have relationships of love and respect but cannot do it in a committed marriage, that's just wrong. It's the same criteria that heterosexual couples aspire to, but they can't do it in a marriage. That makes absolutely no sense. In America, we want to move towards equality, and with tradition comes change. We've made mistakes in the past, and we've been able to adapt and evolve, and we need to do that now.
Governor Romney, you will also have 30 seconds to respond.
Currently, the issue of gay marriage is being handled on the state level, and a number of states have already stated that gay marriage has been allowed. While I personally disagree with these choices, we cannot debate that these facts of the majority of those states approve of it, and that's a fact of life. What I'm saying is that certain states have not chosen to do this, and we should not be forcing those groups of people, those cultural areas, to change their entire ideas of what is right and wrong, of what is traditional, what is cultural.
Thank you, candidates. I will now progress to the third and final question. What measures would you take, if elected, to implement your views on abortion policy? And what is your opinion on the current policy? President Obama, you have 1 minute.
As the 39th anniversary of the Supreme Court decision Roe v. Wade approaches, we need to remember that this important decision protects women's health and reproductive freedoms. But this also reinforces the notion of the government's role in private family matters. While this is a controversial issue, the government has no right to intrude on a woman's constitutional right and social right. While we must stay united to support women in whatever circumstances they have, whether it be unwanted pregnancy, the case of rape or incest, or whether a pregnancy is detrimental to a woman's health, we also must support pregnant women and mothers, reduce the need for abortion, and promote adoption. My opponent Mitt Romney favors limits on abortion, though previously he supported access to it. We cannot be wishy-washy on this issue. We need to stand united on a front as crucial as women's health. And we must continue to support Planned Parenthood, the Affordable Care Act, and we must provide half of our nation with equal access to health care. Thank you.
Thank you, President Obama. Governor Romney, you will also have 1 minute.
In a very important document that was written 200 years ago, a statement was stated that all human beings have a right to liberty, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, pardon me. What we cannot ever forget is the very first portion of that statuette, life. Every human being has just as much value as the next person, whether they be white or black, old or young, rich or poor. And what we cannot forget is the fact that every living creature has a point in existence, including individuals who have not been born yet. I'm, of course, talking about the fact that Republicans feel that the unborn fetus is still a living person, and by using abortion to kill that life, we are doing something involatile, something evil against nature. And we would feel that it would be inappropriate to change this.
Thank you. You will each now have 30 seconds for replies. President Obama, you may begin.
We do want each person to be able to experience life, but at the cost of others. If a pregnancy is going to be harmful to a woman's health and might cause her death, we don't want to outlaw abortion. That's just as evil and harmful to do. We do want every individual to have control over each aspect in their life, and by taking away a right like this, it's just wrong.
Thank you, Mr. President. Romney, you will now have 30 seconds to reply as well.
In response to the comments just made, I would like to realize that when it comes to this issue, abortion is a very divisive option, and to understand that change cannot be swift. I understand that it is a very divisive issue, obviously, but some individuals would like to take time to understand it, like some more scientific evidence to state if consciousness is attained while still in the womb, if there is still a viability of life to be attained at that stage, and to just simply continue to kill young unborn children is immaterial, unimportant, unacceptable.
Thank you, candidates. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. In our next issue, we will be debating economy, and we will have new debaters as well. Thank you.